hour.
Sorry, hold on. Let him talk.
Yo, you can't get to geometry and trigonometry, and you can't get the calculus before you learn geometry and trigonometry. And so what happens is when you start showing people in math x over y plus the square root and derivative, they haul ass away from math because they haven't learned 1 plus 1 yet. They haven't learned fractions yet. They haven't learned decimals yet. And then you start bringing out all of this vernacular and jargon and terms that scares the shit out of them in business.
Hold on. I'm going to give just a brief example. The reason why I disagree with that is 2 reasons, right? And I'm going to simplify it after. First reason, it's just my opinion. I don't know how Tori feels. I think an issue is nobody is telling them this
exactly.
Stuff. So they think the end Hold on, real quick, Ish. They think the end game is I'm going to make 6 figures real quick in this business and keep hustling and grinding and building it up. They don't even know about, you're supposed to build it. You can build this up and sell it for 3 times. You can't build this business and
yo, dog.
You can actually, instead of starting an LLC, you can buy a business, which is easier that I didn't. You can buy a business, which is easier that I didn't know for years. Instead of grinding and hustling and starting a business, you can buy that same business with the SBA with a small down payment and have the business already in motion, and you don't have to work and grind it for 5 years to get it up to $1 million. These are things we're not taught. Start an LLC, start from the bottom. We're not taught that. And my second example is, my daughter was doing subtraction and addition, right? She was killing it. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3. You know what I did when she started learning that? I jumped straight to times tables. Just quick times tables, simple stuff. She started getting times tables real quick, and that made the addition easier. She didn't even know nothing about times tables. So I started saying, 2 times 2 is 4. You know why? Because 2 plus 2 is 4. And that's the addition you were doing. That's
hustling backwards. That's hustling backwards. And that is a problem. Listen to this. People nowadays read all of these terms. They hear all of this stuff. They read all.
Nobody knows about buying businesses. Nobody knows about it. That's the problem. They think they made a brand new business.
Talking about people that are broke.
No.
I'm gonna support both. I'm gonna support both ends.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna support both ends. Catch this. When we all start a business, what does the average entrepreneur need to think that they need to structure their business as? An LLC. When you ask now, Ish, I'm going by what you just said. We said we need to learn basic math first, times table, and then PEMDAS. And then after PEMDAS, there's trigonometry, geometry, algebra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I'm saying is, when you're starting a business, most of us say, I'm going to just go to the Secretary of State, pay the express filing fee, $300. I got me an LLC. I got me a business operating account. We don't understand the difference between a C Corp and an S Corp. Do I want to do a corporation? What is my goal? What is my strategy? When back in the day, I'm just 26, but I know for a fact that back in the day, banks will require people to make a business plan because in that business plan, you can structure your strategy. And the business plan allows you to reform and refine your business model. We, till this day, still don't make business plans even for ourselves. We don't make cash flow analysis. We don't make performance. All those things fall into EBITDA. So what I'm saying is you're right. Now to support what Brandon is saying is, yes, Brandon, I agree. Now, I get what he's saying is that when you're blasting all this stuff out up front, it can be confusing and overwhelming and analysis paralysis. But if you have a good mentor, they're going to allow you to understand the math, then the advanced methods of math. But for me, when I start working with people, I'm like, well, why did you choose an LLC? Why did you file as an S Corp? Why did you file as a C Corp? What's the difference between, they don't even know the difference between a simple 1099 and a W-2.
Nobody knows the end game or where they even hustling to get.
Exactly. So now, hold on. I'm coming to the end of my close here. Now, to support what you're saying, support what you're saying, I get what you're saying. The average person who's just trying to keep the lights on, they don't got time to think about that. They don't got time to worry about that. But to support what Brandon is saying, for example, tax credits. I can tell you 20 tax credits that you qualify for right now as a consumer. I can tell you 40 tax credits you qualify for in New Jersey as a real estate investor. But to understand those tax credits, you have to understand the basics of investing. You have to understand the basics of taxes. You have to understand the basics of depreciation. You have to understand the basics of a financial analysis model. All these things are important because guess what? That single father, that single mother, that felon, that person that's struggling, they can have access to capital they didn't have before, so they don't have to struggle. But to support what both of you are saying, I think it's how the information is delivered and how the person can digest it, because us as influencers and gurus, we're always trying to force it down. It's like that funny video I saw where the dude was like, see, you get your $1 million and you get you a fish. You get you a fish and you starve yourself for 30,000 days. And the video is true because it's so stupid. It has people thinking that they're just supposed to make $1 million overnight. And it's social media and the influences that are confusing these people. And that goes back to what I originally said, is to end my conclusion of my rant, is that those mentors are the people that will properly tell them how to get from basic math to advanced math are the people that don't even have time to sit on Instagram. Well, we got the time and the freedom now, but the people who are making true money within their business models, so they don't have to sit and sell the idea. They just teach the idea. But that's just, both of you guys are saying the same thing. Is you're just saying that it needs to be dumbed down, or at a more elementary level, or a lower level, or the barrier of entry to their knowledge needs to be lowered, and they need to be staggered into it. Brandon, you're our culture is a crab in a bucket community, and that's it. So I agree with both of you guys.
Listen to this. My math analogy, I think, was amazing. You guys are talking about walking into a bank and being able to fill out bank documents of a business plan to somebody that has never, ever, ever owned a fucking lemonade stand. That is frightening. That is frightening to them. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to quit. They're going to quit. Again, if I show somebody some algebra homework and they don't know basic math, they are going to be scared to death. We are throwing out. No, you said, yo, you could go in somebody's office and you could get credits. We got to bring people along a little bit at a time. I'm not going to introduce you to a potential opportunity to make $20 million before you made $20,000. Number one, the mindset, people can't wrap their heads around that. It sounds fake. It's for white people. It's for these group of people, that group of people. You're talking to people that never had 10 grand in their hand at one time. That's holding on by a thread. So I'm going to bring you along slowly to show you, yo, dog, remember you when you thought 50,000 was a lot of money? Now you got 200 grand in your account. Now you can physically and mentally imagine $1 million. Now when you get $1 million, you can imagine 5 million, et cetera, et cetera. You start throwing about LLC, BBC, PBT, motherfuckers start running. They get scared and they take off running. I'm going to show you how to get one truck. I'm going to show you how to get one house. Once you securely get the one house, I'm going to show you how to take that one house, leverage it to get another one, or maybe 2 more. I'm going to give you a little bit at a time and bring you along slowly so that you could grasp all of the foundational concepts before I overwhelm you with all of these terms, all of this jargon, and all of these concepts that are going to scare the shit out of the average person. Some of these people never been to college. Some of these people don't know what this stuff is. And I think that's one of the things, again, I hear it from people all the time. Dog, you break it down in a manner that makes me feel comfortable to where I can understand it. These other people be talking at me. They don't necessarily be talking to me. Everybody don't have the same educational background. Everybody don't have the same walk of life. We could take somebody off of the street, like you said, that's a felon that never finished high school, and I could break it down to them and show them how I'm going to take this, we're going to get you this, we're going to turn that into something else. But I'm not even going to tell them about the rainbow on the other side till they get here. We overwhelming the people a lot of times. These gurus and these financial people, they overwhelm you and you be scared to death. I start talking about ratios and all this shit, niggas be scared to death.
We're saying the same thing. I really said verbatim, teach them the basics. For example, an LLC is the first thing you need to start a business. So once again, we keep speaking in, once again, subjectives. That if we're going to talk about universal rule, then that's objective. If we're going to talk about subjectives, then let's talk about specific case studies.
Okay.
All I'm simply saying is, if we're saying you said the everyday single father or single mother that is struggling with finances, you're right. If I come out of nowhere saying tax credits, IBITA, Conforma, P&Ls,
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
So what I'm saying is, it all starts from what I initially said, because I'm talking too fast, I'm going to slow it down. I originally said, when someone is starting an LLC, what are the basics to starting that company? And why are you starting that company? And what is your goal towards starting that company, which is creating that business plan and understanding your business model. From there, you're able to make your mind up on what's going to go.
Wait, hold up. That's still
Like you still like
you are still past them. You're talking about a business plan and a business model to a person that don't know nothing about business.
No, because at the end of the day, y'all just said you have to learn it. I don't know, so who's going to teach me? I have to. Okay, catch this. I'm about to go to the store. There are steps that I need to put on my shoes. I need to grab my keys. I need to get in the car. I need to go where I'm going. I need to go back. On the way there, I have to follow certain rules. I have to stop at stop signs. I have to stop at stoplights. I have to go a certain speed limit. That's the roadmap.
But you're talking to a nigga that don't know how to drive.
Exactly. So you
telling them to go get in the car and stop at a stop sign. They can't drive.
You give them the roadmap and you say, hey, step 1, step 2, step 3. Let's start at step 1.
You got it.
Kevin, y'all do this. That's
we going around in circles, yo. We going around in circles. We going around in circles.
That's really cap. Every day y'all get on the matter of fact, Kevin, y'all get on y'all weekly calls every week and y'all give roadmaps of the next couple of weeks of what's coming up. And you say, here's where we're gonna start.
But that's the people.
You are talking about people that understand how to forecast stuff. You're talking about somebody forecasting a business objective. The average Joe Schmo don't know how to do that.
Okay, you just said your analogy with math was perfect. To learn math, you're going to tell me the basics of math, how to basically add. What is adding? But for me to know what adding is, I need to know subtraction. To know subtraction, I need to know division. To know division, I need to know multiplication.
You're wrong.
Subtraction. You're gonna learn how to add.
I don't know what they teach y'all in Atlanta, bro. You learn addition first, bro.
I just said that. You're gonna learn addition, then subtraction, then you're gonna go in the y'all trying to overcomplicate it. I'm not even gonna use no metaphors. When you're starting a business and you're teaching someone how to start a business, and of course you have an outline. When you're writing a paper, you have an outline. When you're writing a thesis, you have an outline. And within that outline, it gives you an idea of that roadmap to success. And you teach them on that first step, bro. It's about as simple as it gets. If we're gonna take baby steps, if I'm going up the steps, it's not just one step. It's 30 steps. But I'm not thinking about the 30 steps because I'm not trying to get the first step, then the second step, then the third step, then the fourth step. You have to give them the basics, and I'm agreeing with you. But how do I know what the basics is if I don't know what the most advanced things is? For example, I'll give an example. When I worked at Best Buy, I was top salesman, Avenues Mall, 1425, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I would always show when a person wanted to come in and get a TV, for example. When they want to say, yo, I want to get a TV, I want an 85-inch, but I only got $1,000. I ain't gonna lie, bro, $1,000 not gonna cut it, but let me show you what this 85 look like. This 85 is 10K, but I'm gonna walk you to this Vizio that's 55, that your $1,000 gonna get you in the door. And I'm also gonna show you the middle of that. And in the process of that, does what you're looking for apply to what you have? And if it doesn't, let me show you how to get there. Whether that's the Best Buy credit card, whether that's alternative financing, whether that's you need to get this first on a lower tier of credit, build your credit in your profile and come back. Those are the steps. But I'm giving the consumer the vision and the dream to know what's at the end, and then I'm going to show them where to start. I'm not saying teach them everything at once. I'm agreeing with you. But if you're going to tell them the basics, how do I know what the next step is? Brandon and Tevin.
That's where we have a fundamental. That's where we have a fundamental disagreement, and it's fine. Because we going in circles and it's fine. I'm not showing nobody the advanced level shit before they master the basic shit, and that's fine. We not going. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, I think we can agree this week because you could attack it from multiple ways, though.
It's subjective,
and it'll still work.
It's all about the person that's receiving it.
And it'll still work.
I literally have been saying the whole line. That's all subjective.
It's cool, bro.
I literally said
I'm telling you, we're not saying the same thing.
Bro, Brandon just
we are not.
Said,
no,
bro. We not.
I'm not saying the same.
Yeah, that's why I'm tapped out. I tap out.
We have to keep doing.
I'm telling you, I'm tapping out. I'm going. We good.
Y'all telling me? So all three of y'all saying, hold up, Tori.
Bro, we could agree to disagree. Yeah, we could agree to disagree.
Yes, it happens. It's okay.
Our ultimate goal is to get the people successful. Our ultimate goal is to inform and teach the people. You might teach them a different way than I might teach them, but hopefully the goal is that they'll arrive at the same exact location.
And it's been what I've been saying the whole life, that is all subjective. I literally said that. Yes. It's all subjective. So your way works for your people, my way may work for my people, Brandon's way may work, and it may not work for the next person.
We are moving on.
And
this is what's happening.
This is the great part. Because it's like,
hold on, this is the great part. Hold on, Tori.
Nah,
this is the great part.
We moving on.
We're gonna be in DR. Ish is gonna be breaking down what he's gonna teach you and how he approaches as far as in real estate. Tori's gonna teach you on that level as far as tech and wealth on how to build from there, and we're gonna bring it all together.
Yes, sir.
Tori, shut up. Who's Natalie. But yeah, this is what we're gonna be doing in DR. We was talking about how you said you got a presentation you getting ready for? You preparing?
I'm trying to put it together. Yeah, I need a little bit more information about the mentees and the people that are attending. So, because I want to kind of make it palatable for them. Again, I don't want to be talking to somebody from Indiana about New York numbers. You know what I'm saying? Again, go full circle, it might scare them. You get what I'm saying? To go full circle, it might scare them, right? I don't want to talk to somebody in New York with Indiana examples because it's something that it's not going to register to them. You're talking about a $50,000 house to somebody in New York, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. Whereas you talking about a $700,000 multifamily to somebody that might be from Akron, they're gonna look at you like you crazy. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of want to make it. I want to make it universal for all of the people that are gonna be attending, so that it can resonate with them. You get what I'm saying? Like it can resonate with them.
So let me ask you a question. Your experience, Ish, because this is what I was taught and told as well. If you live in New York, if you live in Miami, if you live in LA, that doesn't mean you have to invest there. That doesn't mean you have to just know about your neighborhood or your area. You a tree, you could leave. I know that sounds corny. That's what I was told. So if the money is in Cleveland, if the money is in Indiana, would you suggest, these are the numbers over here? I suggest y'all go out over here.
No.
Is that what you would teach or no?
No.
Okay.
I think that's a big boy game. I think that when you start leaving, I think that it's levels to this, right? And I'm going to go back to my math example. You have to be able to manage a property 10, 20 minutes from your house before you can manage a property 8 hours from your house.
You keep saying levels.
Hold on.
I just want to ask at that one point. We keep using. Okay, so y'all get mad because I'm going by exactly what he's saying. We're saying levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3. How many levels to this are there? I'm literally saying.
Let
him finish this point, and then I want you to get back in. I want you to finish that point.
Is there a difference between Donald Trump and somebody that owns a 2-family house? They're both real estate investors.
He's doing commercial. They're both real estate investors. I would say
both real estate investors.
Entitled.
So that proves that proves that there are levels in between the two.
Right.
But the person that owns 4 3-family houses, right? Let's say somebody owns 10 houses. They are, for the most part, an experienced investor. Yes?
Okay, for the most part, yes.
Cool. You own 10 houses. You're an experienced investor. You might have never purchased a piece of commercial real estate in your life, but you own 10 residential units.
Yes.
You might have never bought a strip mall in your life. You might have never built a skyscraper. You might have never did a real development from the ground up in your life, but you own 10 houses, which is more than most of America. So by America's standards, you are a successful real estate investor. There's still levels that they'll look at you like you're a peon. So again, to me, I want to start somebody off showing them how to manage a property, how to generate income from that particular property, get comfortable in that phase, and then they can move on to another step. My goal for most people, this is when people come to me and ask me, what should they do? I always tell people, I ask them first where they live. Because the different geographical areas present different potential real estate opportunities. Again, if you live in New Jersey, we have a plethora of multifamily properties. So if you live in an area where multifamilies are prevalent, I always try to tell people buy a multifamily. Before Tevin ever bought a house, I met Tevin. He didn't own a house. Ain't that what I told you? Start off with a multifamily because you leverage your money. You leverage your risk. If you buy a 1-family house...
One thing I want to ask you though. So I definitely agree with that whole part you're saying, but especially now in the last few years, right? One thing I noticed is that even with us, right? A lot of us is stuck, and let's just say there is levels. Let's just say level 1 to 3. A lot of us is stuck in working in our business. Let's just say that's level 1 to 3.
Okay.
So there's break points in business. There's break points. Let's just say, and break points is maybe valuation of company and how much money you're making. So that 1 to 3, that 0 to 500,000 mark, and it could be 500,000 to 3 million. From 3 million to making 6 million, from 6 million making 10 million. Those are break points in big levels of business. So you have to operate totally differently. In the last, I would say, 5 years of entrepreneurship, especially in our community, a lot of us may hit that first 1 to 3 level, and a lot of us do not know how to get past that 1 to 3 level. We cannot figure it out. We're making so much money working in our business, but there's nobody teaching us how to get past level 3.
True.
And I think that's the biggest issue in the last 5 years. There's nobody teaching that we all make. Now we all got to level 3. We all making money now, but now how do I get out of level 3? There's nobody teaching us that.
You're right. You're right. I agree with that. So this is.
Sorry, I'm gonna let you finish up.
Bro, y'all keep saying level
let him finish up. Let him finish up.
Y'all keep saying
go ahead.
Level 1 to 3. Ish is saying don't worry about level 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. You just said exactly what I'm saying, that there are breakpoints and steps. You're talking about the next steps. Ish saying he ain't talking about the next steps. He's talking about just right now, what you need to do right now. You literally just said exactly
that's why I had to break it down.
But you just said what I just said. But
he did say what you said. I was about to address it. He said what you said. He said what you said. And again, dog, we can agree to disagree. I don't think you need to be showing niggas how to get from 3 million to 6 million level when they didn't make $50,000 yet. I think that's asinine for me. I don't want to have a conversation with somebody talking about the NFL when I'm in high school football and I ain't even on varsity yet. But I know that exists, but I can't tell you. All right, let me. I don't want to learn about building skyscrapers when I can't manage a 3-family house.
But it's this.
Well, hold on. I can teach you how to be a developer instead of saying buying a single family though. Why can't I?
No, you can't.
Why?
No, you fucking cannot. No, you can't. We have to stop giving people this bullshit information. Yo, let me tell you one developer. Don Peebles was on the EYL shit, and they asked him what would you give for starting real estate entrepreneurs that wanted to get into development. And his answer, he's fucking probably the richest black real estate nigga in America. And he said, yo, start off small, buying homes, learning the renovation. You got to learn construction. How the fuck I'm going to teach somebody how to develop a house when they don't know anything about construction? You going to get your ass whipped by the con-
I'm literally saying that. I am literally saying that. I am literally saying that there are steps. You have to give a roadmap and you focus on the first step. I don't know why we're using all these metaphors. This originally started with somebody just entering real estate with $30,000 or no money at all. I'm not telling the next nigga they're going to be goddamn Grant Cardone. I'm not selling them that. I am simply saying that when someone starts a business, when they start an LLC, why are they starting an LLC? And what is the business that they're trying to get into? What is the motivating goal behind that?
But that's what Ish is saying. We can't expect people to want to do that when they don't even care to want to learn about what the LLC is. They just want to get it because they hear everybody talking about it.
That's why I'm saying that it's all subjective in what the person wants.
So hold up. Everybody got to talk. Ish got to talk.
Go ahead, Ted.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that they don't care about learning what a business plan is. They don't care about learning what a business account is. They can be operating out of their personal account and have an LLC. I see it every day. I fund people on a every single day basis, and I see this personally every single day. They do not care. They do not care about it because they just want to make money. You're talking about everything else. The actual learning the foundation of a business. They don't care to learn the foundation because they just want to make money. Everything we're talking about, a regular average person does not want to care about because they just want to make money. And that's just brutally honest, bro. We can say that because we've gone through it. We've built learn how to take those break points and get past it. That's us. And like you said, we're talking in objective and subjective, right? if you're talking about if you're saying what you're saying, that's subjective. And we have to talk about objective. If we're looking at the world as a whole, people don't care. They just want to make money. And that's honestly what it is every single day.
Devin, I literally just said that.
I know. Sorry, I know that's what you said. But you're still missing a part of even, all right, you're saying step 1, step 2, step 3. Level 1, level 2, level 3. In level 0, they just want to make money.
And that's for you to understand that when you're assisting them, what are their goals?
I know, but we can't keep saying the same thing if we have to get people's mind past the point of they just want to make money.
So Tevin, that's like somebody wanting to join Millionaire Centrals and they're saying, I don't care what this is about, I just want to make money. Y'all not just gonna add anybody and sell anybody into our mentorship.
We're not. Okay, but that's and that's exactly for us to make, because that's a subjective decision by us.
Y'all got it, bro. You're right. I agree to disagree, because I'm literally saying the same things. I'm literally saying that it's all subjective. It's based on what the person wants to do, what they're interested in, and if they're interested in it, you apply the roadmap and the goals and the assistance based on what they want to do.
That's something that you just said.
I've been saying that.
Or is you saying? Wait, no.
I said that before.
He said that before.
Hold up.
I disagree with it, but he said it before.
With them wanting to actually,
no, we don't. It's not up to us for them to want to.
He said, "Yo, you apply the roadmap and to where they want to go. If you starting with a new business owner that has zero business acumen, they don't know where the fuck they want to go yet. They don't even know what roads are available to them. So how the fuck could they outline where they're gonna go if they don't even know it's streets over there to go to?"
That's what I'm literally saying. So it's for you as the mentor. Y'all forgetting the premise. We're getting so deep in the rabbit hole about forcing our opinions. I'm not trying to force it. The original premise was, if you have little to no money and you're a mentor for trucking or real estate, which one would you do? That was the original topic. That was the original question.
I'm gonna do.
We all
agree real estate.
To real estate.
There we go. We gonna answer it.
We all agree that real estate is the best angle. Now, we also said moving forward, Brandon made the statement of, well, what if it's this business model? Let's make it a little bit more complicated. Brandon wanted to toughen the question up by saying, what are other business models and do they need to have experience? And then we went into this rabbit hole of all these other things. I've never disagreed with it. I've been agreeing with everybody. Brandon is saying one angle, you're saying one angle. All I'm saying is it is subjective. It's based on what you're providing and what the person is looking to or willing to receive. That's it. Ish, you have your way of educating. I have my way of educating. I've been seeing in the comments, some people don't like that. I got 4,000 people in my Discord that love it. Ish, you got ways that your audience likes it, and then my audience may not. Brandon and Tevin have ways. It's all subjective on what they're looking for. And Tevin, I get what you're saying. You're saying if they're at zero, they don't give a fuck what you're telling them. I can tell motherfucker tomorrow, you're about to make $10,000, sign me up today. I get that. They don't give a fuck about no tax credits. They don't give a fuck about how to set up the LLC. They don't give a fuck, honestly, what the hell you're selling them. They just want to make money. Yeah, I get that. So what I'm saying is, to go back to what you're saying, is that when they just want to make money, they don't even know. They don't even care to know. They're not going to put the effort in to know. I get it. I've never disagreed with that, but that's all subjective because some people may have the will to learn. Some people are just driven by the money. Some people are driven by their passion. Some people are driven by their pride. Some people are driven by their ego. Business, those are all the subjective points of a business. I was just stating objectively that you have certain things you have to do as a business, a company, or a corporation, and that was it. That was it. I've never disagreed or went against what no one's saying. All I've been saying this whole life is it's all subjective. It's subjective.
Well, now that you done gave your point and we finally passed that, listen, y'all, my name is Tevin Facey. I do business funding, and that's my partner, Brandon Jackson, right next to you. He does business funding with me. We own a company named Millionaire Essentials.
It's the dream team.
The little peanut head, the peanut head that's talking. He owns a software company that's amazing that does all of what we actually are talking about with insurance. You know, the 4 pillars of wealth: credit, funding, insurance, and tax strategies. He owns a software company that is actually able to build
an amazing
all of that together.
Software company that's actually taking 3 or 4 facets of finance and combining them. That could help the average common individual get started on a path to freedom.
For real, it does. And as y'all may hate him right now.
They don't hate him. No, that's my word.
They don't hate him, yo.
Don't hate. They may not understand.
They may not understand. So they may not understand what he's saying right now. So that is Tory Porter, and he owns a software company named Pentology that is doing everything that we're speaking about.
And what he created is is a software that's able to bring together what me and Tevin has been doing for a while, which is funding people, getting people access to capital and wealth. And the reason why we're all on here is he created the software and the tech. We put our information to put it together. So now that software and tech can get you access to wealth and capital. And you see Ish's knowledge in real estate and actually using that capital, put it in an asset or business to create wealth. So now the combination of everything together is what's going to get you from level 0 to level 3 and better. As we would say.
Once you get to level 3, you'll get some more mentorship and some more tutelage to get you from level 3 to level 5.
Exactly.
From level 5 to level 7. Exactly. Level 7 to level 10. Exactly. And so on and so forth.
Look, y'all, I literally just said that. All right? So, the next topic, right? We're talking about the 4 pillars of wealth, right? So, obviously, in real estate, a lot of times in real estate, we need credit, right? That's the given. We know that, right, Ish? A lot of times in real estate, would you say 80, 90% or 70, what? 60? What would you say?
How important credit is?
How much credit? Yes.
Again, I think credit in real estate, to me, is damn near more important than money. Unless you just have an overwhelming amount of money, the credit is important. More important. Again, if you go buy a house for $1 million, if you go buy a house for $100,000, if your credit is good, bruh, somebody will give you the bread. It's means out here to get the bread. If your credit is trash, you got to have $100,000. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't have that. So I think the credit piece is more important than the financial piece. The good thing with what y'all doing is y'all are helping people fix their credit if their credit is trash. And y'all also are allowing people, once their credit is up, to get some money. Once you get those two pieces, it's up to your own work ethic and your own discipline, consistency, and diligence to turn that into wealth for you and your family. Once somebody gets your credit up and somebody puts some money in your hands, dog, all the stuff that we've been complaining about, our parents didn't teach us, the white man won't let me do, all of that shit now goes out the window when somebody gives you an opportunity to have $150,000, $200,000 to start in your hands. You don't have any more excuses at that point, to me. You get what I'm saying? So what you do, if you decide to go buy a Rollie, you decide to go buy a Benz, it's on you. It's on you at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's on you at that point. You have no more excuses. These guys have put together a software program that'll allow Joe Schmo to become wealthy. And there's 3 young black dudes that did it. Like, that's fire.
Ish, right? I know, working with you and your business partner, can you speak on kind of what we've done for you already in that sense, for you and your business partner all together? What are we at? I think in total now.
I think 150.
I think 150,000, right? So people in the comments, right? People in the comments. If you had 150K today, what do you think your first move would be? Fixing your credit, buying a business, or going to school?
Oh, now you throwing some stuff in the game. Now you throwing some stuff in the game, bro.
I'm asking. I'm just asking 1, 2, or 3. Let me see who. Fixing credit, buying a business.
See, I'm gonna give my opinion now, right? People answer according to how much stuff is marketed to them. So I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody right now gonna say I'm gonna fix my credit and start a business because that's what's been marketed in the last 5 years. Before that, I'm gonna say about another 10 years ago, people gonna go to school. So I think it's about what's marketed to them, but that don't mean it's the right decision for everybody. Everybody learns different. Everybody operates different. Everybody receives things different. So the right move, I think, is kind of subjective for the individual person. What I would say is, as far as when it comes to making money, business, or school, I would say the first thing, to me, to be honest, is find what you really want to do. And you create a business or you create an opportunity to make money out of it. Because if you're just trying to look at quick money grabs, number one is going to get old fast. Number two, you're going to quit and give up before you can even make money or be successful because it's just a quick money grab. And if it don't work, you're not going to put in the consistency or the hard work for it to actually be successful. You have to grind and fail for things to be successful. It's not going to always start out you're just going to be successful. So if it's something you really don't want to do, you're going to just quit. Because a lot of people's advertising courses and programs. Everybody's buying these quick course and programs thinking they're going to make money fast. Then when it don't work, they're saying it's a scam and they blaming other people. And they didn't take a year or 2 years to even put the work in because they thought they were going to make money in 3 months or 6 months. So find something you really want to do that you're not going to quit and you're going to be consistent with. It's all about consistency. If you're not going to be consistent with it, whether you make money or not, do not do it. Because if you're not going to be consistent, you're destined to fail anyway. That's how I look at it.
All right, that's a good answer right there. Ish, you gotta. Actually, you know what?
You can't.
Now you want Tori's opinion. I think when it comes to going to school, that like Brandon said,
I just put it all together if you can for me.
I think when it comes to people going to school, it just depends on your interests. For example, if I want to be an attorney, if I want to be a heart surgeon, if I want to be a certain, a doctorate in a certain field, then yes, it does require school. But I feel like, I'm never been a person to tell a person to not go to school or to go to school, that school is a scam and school isn't a scam. Honestly, I went to college. I got a GED and I still went to college. I got 2 degrees. And within me, I feel like school taught me social skills. It taught me curriculum. It taught me organization. It taught me how to actually systemize communication within my business models. So for me, I necessarily wouldn't tell anyone to not go to school or to go to school. I think for you, you got trade schools, you got colleges, you got 2-year term colleges, you got places where you can just get licenses for skills, like getting into tech and getting a coding certification. I think it just truly falls on interest. What you're interested in. I think with social media and the influencers these days, they're too heavy trying to sell the idea that their way may work for everyone's way, when their way may not work as everyone's way. And I get on live and I talk about this all the time, like telling everybody to make $1 million. For example, in Memphis, you don't need $1 million to be comfortable. I think we get so fixated on the term six figures is $100,000 and $999,999.99. So when we're talking about 6 figures, are we talking about 6 figures comfortably or 6 figures towards $1 million? When we talk about 7 figures, that's all the way up to $1 million to $10 million. So I think it's pretty important for us to understand that when we're preaching stability, when we're preaching financial freedom, we need to preach stability first because that comes before the freedom. You need to be stable before you can be free. And so I ain't going into no tangent or no rant. I think it's just important to just understand what are you interested in, because I could talk about my method of real estate. Like Ish, I was on the phone when me and Ish was on FaceTime. It was shit I didn't know. I'm 26. I got 30-some houses, but I can never not know everything. And there were things that Ish and Brandon and Tevin may be like, oh, well, shit, I didn't know you could do that. Tell me more about this. So I feel like nonetheless that everybody's way is not going to work. I think it's for most people to understand or dissect their interests, or at least what they think their interests may be, and just give it a try and just go from there. Really, school may work, college may work. It just depends.
I agree.
Yeah. Ish.
I think education is paramount. I don't know if it's necessarily school that people need, like in a formal sense, but like Tori said, you could go to school to be an electrician, you can go to school to be a plumber, you could go to school to learn a whole bunch of different things. I think that we as a people, even people that go to school, they stop learning. Like, I got my master's, I don't need nothing else. You gotta read books. The world is changing so frequently. It fucked me up. I thought it was 9 planets. I come from the 9-planet era. Now they said it's only 8 planets. Like, I'm playing with my daughter, they be singing the riddles. It's only 8 planets. Stuff is changing so frequently that you gotta keep educating yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep educating yourself and learning new stuff. Even in the real estate game, bro, stuff changes so much. The mortgages change so much. Depreciation on your taxes change so much. Every time we vote a new president in, things change that affect our lives financially that we may not even know about. You get what I'm saying? So I think that school is number one, paramount. Whatever kind of schooling. It could be college, it could be trade school, it could be whatever. I think that that's paramount. I think that if you are in a position, this is luck. I'm not luck, but this is privilege. Most people don't do what they love. Most people don't do shit that they passionate about. Motherfuckers go to work every single day in insurance. You think they like insurance? You know what I'm saying? People go to school, even nurses and doctors. A lot of people did those things because they were high-paying jobs. Yep. They don't like the hustle and bustle and the head racking of being an RN. You got to wait on 4 people, 3 people just died last night. They carry that shit home with them. But it's a high-paying profession, so they still report there every single day. Once you get to the stable place that Tori was talking about first, then you get to a place of freedom. It allows you the ability to do what you want to do, what you love to do, what you're passionate about. Most people in the world never, ever, ever experience that privilege. You feel what I'm saying? Like, most people don't know what that's like. To wake up, look, dog, I'm sitting on 20 million. I want to go to the Peace Corps. I'm going over to Rwanda to help some poor people. Most people don't know what that's like. We get up every single day. We iron our clothes. We take a shower. We sit in an hour worth of traffic. We go to work for another motherfucker for 9 hours a day. We come back home, hour in traffic. We cook dinner. We play with the kids for an hour. We watch Grey's Anatomy, and we repeat. That's most people's life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think that how I define wealth is options. Like, yo, dog, my daughter got accepted to Georgetown on a partial. If she likes the school and she likes the campus, could I afford to send her there? Cool. But we might have liked Seton Hall better. You know what I'm saying? If she got accepted.
It's best to have options instead of being forced to make a choice.
Options, bro. Options are wealth to me, right? Your daughter got accepted to University of Cal Berkeley, but y'all really can't afford for her to live in California, so she got to go to stay in state. You know what I mean? Wealth allows her to go over there.
I think people don't really understand that people make decisions based on their finances.
Most of them have to. They have to. Bro, we buy bad food because we have to. We have no choice. Shit that's killing us, we have to eat it because we can't afford the quality food. Think about that. We live in bad neighborhoods where violence is probable. We can't get the fuck out of the neighborhood financially because we don't have enough resources to do so. So your kids are growing up in a shitty environment with shitty energy around them every single day, and you can't change that for them. That's crazy. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know what's a bigger motivator than that.
So for me, my answer is you know, I've been through, you know, I'm only 28. I've been through the options of, you know, being able to have an education, going through college for project management, not finishing, right? I didn't have the education of credit. I didn't have the education of buying a business, right? I'm talking about the 3 things that I mentioned. For me personally, like Tori said, the college or education just in general, right? High school, college, trade schools, whatever, they're great for social skills, and that helped me maneuver in a world of entrepreneurship, right? Of being a business owner, because now it helps me socialize with other business owners because they've probably been down that path and they understand how to talk that acronym, right? But for me, I think the education of credit is one of the most important things for me, right? Education in general, yes. Like, we need to continuously keep learning on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. The education of what credit is can change a person's life drastically. Whether they want to buy a business, whether they want to go in college, whether they want to start their own business. The education of credit, to me, is one of the most important things that anybody should learn. Because I wouldn't be where I'm in, where I have 2 houses that's under my name, that it's worth 1 point something million. I wouldn't be able to have a trucking company. I wouldn't be able to have a funding agency. I wouldn't be able to have a home healthcare company down in Georgia with a EMT. Like, I wouldn't be able to have any of this. Nor me and my partner and learning about credit. I would have never learned any of that if I didn't learn about credit. So for me, I would always pick option 1 and learning and fixing my credit, because that can always take me to those options, right? To the wealth options, to whatever options I can get to, and potentially take me to that million, potentially take me to that 20 million. Yeah, I might fall back, but then I can always get back up because credit is everlasting. And you can always fix it and put it right back to use. It's a tool. And to me, it's one of the best tools. So. If y'all still on here, text funds to 917. Hold up, 809-5707 for their webinar.
Call me now.
Next Tuesday that we're gonna be having.
I think it's also important to understand that everybody's not cut to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not cut to be a business owner. There's this story. There's this story that a guy walks in to a skyscraper, a corporate skyscraper, and he's there for a job interview. And the janitor walks up to him and says, "How can I help you?" And he tells the guy, "You can't help me. I'm here for a job interview." Janitor asks him again, "How can I help you?" And we walk in again. He tells him again, "You can't do anything for me. I need to speak to the person that's interviewing you." The guy sits in the lobby for hours. The CEO never comes down. He leaves and he comes back in the next day and says, "Hey, I'm here for my interview." Janitor says, "Hey, how can I help you?" And then he curses the janitor out. On his way out, him and janitor are leaving at the same time. There's his Ferrari outside. The janitor walks right to the Ferrari. And I give that story to say that a lot of people necessarily, everybody's not fit to be a CEO. Everybody's not fit to be the business owner. The whole time, the janitor was the CEO of the company. He just cared about the same values of being on the low end and on the high end. And I think it's very important to understand that everybody's not built to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not built to be a CEO. It's okay to be the janitor. It's okay to be the school teacher. I think when we get on these lives too, is giving people that discernment to, understand that it's okay to live a normal life. It's okay to be in a Honda. It's okay to work a 9 to 5 because that may be best fit and that may work for you now. Everybody's not fit to be a multi-millionaire and everybody's not fit to even make 6 figures. But it's your passion and your journey through the process of that and you're enjoying the pursuit of happiness while doing that. And seeking happiness in the process of doing the things that you may or may not want to do.
True.
Right. And Brandon knows I say this every time. Like, people cannot, all of us cannot be entrepreneurs. But we all need to be investing. That is 100% fact. We all need to be investing, whether it is in real estate, whether it is investing on buying a business or starting your own business, whether it is investing into a trucking company, whatever it is, you need to be investing because that income that you get from your job cannot supplement everything you want. It might supplement what you need, and that's the biggest
hack I ever learned, right? This is the biggest hack I ever learned in life.
It ain't gonna work.
If after you pay your bills and you pay your expenses and you get mad at your bank account, you can do something about it. So you need to be able to understand how not to struggle. A lot of people are comfortable struggling. Most people, if they stop working, and we talked about the 7, if they stop working today, how long can you live?
Today.
Most people, I think at the statistic, probably maybe 30 days, maybe 30 days, maybe 60 days, because most people don't realize they're living check to check. That their life or their rent or their mortgage is based on, they may be 2 checks away. Because how the expenses are broken up, all these bills get paid with this first check, all this is getting paid with the second check, and they're living like that every day.
But that's normal to them.
Exactly. And
they saw their parents do that.
We're making them realize that that's normal. Everybody's telling them that's how you're supposed to live. Pay your bills with this check. Pay your bills with this check. You may have some money for the movies at the end of the month. And that's not normal. That's technically struggling. Because
my girlfriend told me a story, right? Back in the day, she said that she was living check to check, and she said basically she would go fill up her tank sometimes and would be stuck filling up her tank on Thursday nights, but she wouldn't have the money. But the gas station will only hold $1, right? Mm-hmm. So she would fill up her tank with gas until the next day your direct deposit hit, and then you would have enough money for gas. People in America today are making life decisions at the gas pump, my nigga. Like, yo, I got $47 in my account. I gotta stretch it for the next 3 days. So I'm gonna get a half a pound of turkey and cheese, and that's what I'm gonna eat for lunch. And I'm gonna get some gas, and I got enough money to pay the tolls until Friday. People really live like that. So yeah, everybody's really not cut out to be an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs won't be successful if everybody is an entrepreneur because you need employees. You need employees to be successful. So I'm not, but again, to Tev's point, I never even heard that before. Everybody definitely needs to be investing, whether it's in an insurance policy, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know somebody that owns a business and you want, I don't know, but us as a community, we need to be doing stuff that's gonna make life better for our children in some way, shape, or form.
I was making $150,000 a year at Con Edison. What, 2 years ago? It still felt like nothing. Most people
in New York City, it's nothing.
They hear Con Edison. In New York City, they feel like, yo, you got money. Oh, you getting money now. No, I still was paying my rent high as hell. I still had to pay for my car notes I still had to pay for my everything. That $150,000 literally went to every bill that I had. But if it was not for me and Natalie to understand about credit, to then take that credit, get some business funding, and put it into an avenue that can make us more money. We started off with Amazon, made us $20,000 in 11 days. And guess what? We took that same money and started investing more, but still used our credit. Credit is very important, and you need to keep investing. Your job is your first investor. That is your first investor.
You go to
on the job piece too, and I think a lot of people fail to realize the values of working job. A lot of us bash 9 to 5.